Thank you so much to the Premier League to do that, and they've done it again when we have to play Chelsea and Manchester United. So if they want to give them any advantage, I say to them today, thank you so much for doing that. But thank you so much to the Premier League for putting the fixtures like this. Very, very helpful. No, it's no, it's BT, it's Sky, it's this, it's that. Yeah, but the one that is affected is Arsenal, and the only thing that I care and we care is Arsenal.
Welcome back to the Football Terrace. Mikel Arteta is not happy. He's not happy with the fixture congestion and the timings of his games against Chelsea and Manchester United. Of course, Arsenal were defeated by Liverpool last night 2-0 after another solid performance for large parts of the games, but just the overarching quality of Liverpool reigning through. Now, we've all seen the improvements at Arsenal Football Club. We've seen the improvements defensively. We've seen the way they've started to play some very beautiful football. They have put themselves into the driving seat, and many Arsenal fans believe to fail now and not accomplish and achieve a Champions League place ahead of the start of next season would be a failure from this point. But of course, as a season, they've improved, more points, more wins, a much more solid team. And of course, getting that squad, the average age down, the hunger, the desire, the mentality improving each and every single week. Arsenal find themselves in a good place. But of course, the pressure's still on now. The pressure is on a big away game on Saturday against Aston Villa. A Villa team that have been brilliant at times this season under Steven Gerrard. And there is a little bit of history between these two teams. Of course, the beating that Villa gave to Arsenal at home not too long ago. There was also the summer and Villa cheekily trying to sign Emil Smith-Rowe. That kind of created this weird, warped rivalry between Villa and Arsenal fans for a short space of time. And many Arsenal fans I know really want to beat them on Saturday, just to almost put a kind of final nail in the coffin over that kind of really small, sharp, short-lived rivalry. Because many people in the summer, remember, were talking about Villa maybe pushing on beyond Arsenal this year. So there's that as a side note. But of course, the 3 points is the most important thing to Arsenal. They need to maintain the pressure on Man United and Tottenham and West Ham. Of course, Spurs and West Ham play each other this weekend. Man United don't have a game. Arsenal's 3 games in hand were Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool. They played the Liverpool game. But actually, with the FA Cup still being on and a number of games being rearranged, the actual games they're playing to catch up their 4 games in hand on Man United actually happens to be Leicester, Liverpool, and now Aston Villa, leaving the Chelsea and the Liverpool and the Spurs games later on the season. And we still don't have, as of right now, at like 4 o'clock on the 17th of March, no date set for the North London derby. It's as if they're going to put it in at a very convenient time to make a more entertaining end to the season, dare I say. And that's what this comes down to. Is Mikel Arteta right to be complaining? And that's the big question here. Is he right to be complaining? I want your thoughts and I want your feelings, by the way. Make sure you're smashing the like button as well and leaving your comments below. Slam the Premier League. Slam BT. Slam Sky. Is there a leg to stand on? In terms of fatigue, playing at 7:45, 8 o'clock on a Wednesday and being the early kickoff on the Saturday, I've seen many a manager do this. So this element of it is not deep. I've seen many managers do this. I've seen Klopp moan about fixture congestions, player welfare. Oh no, we're struggling. We shouldn't be doing this. It's a disgrace. We've seen Thomas Tuchel this year complain about the fixture congestion that Chelsea Football Club went through. That was, of course, heightened by the fact that they were playing in all the competitions. They had Super Cup game this year. They did well in all the cup competitions. They had the League Cup semi-finals, the World Club Championships on the way. They also were one of the only teams to be rejected from being able to call games off for Rona. We've seen Pep Guardiola moan about fixture congestion. I've seen Fergie moan about fixture congestion. I've seen them all do it. So is Mikel Arteta doing something that nobody else has done before? No. But a rival's going to pull him on it, absolutely. Arsenal have played 8 games in 11 weeks. Arsenal have had, I'm not going to call it an easy run of games because you've got to win. They deserve their wins and you're taking nothing away from them. But 8 games in 11 weeks, because of going out of the FA Cup, because of going out in the semi-finals of the League Cup, because they're not in Europe, and because Chelsea were at the World Club Championship and other teams have remained in the FA Cup and other bits and pieces, they've had a lot of fixtures moved. They've had a lot of things rearranged. And it's given them the time to be able to prep, sometimes for weeks on end, for set games. So rivals are going to pull on this. 8 games in 11 weeks, and now you're crying that you've got to play 3 games in 6 to 7 days, which, by the way, is exactly what Arsenal are aiming to achieve by getting into the Champions League. You will play with that regularity for large parts of next season if you're indeed successful through the group stages and if you do well in the cup competitions as well, which a club of Arsenal's history and heritage and standards want to achieve. So I get why rivals are kind of pulling on this. For me, the only 2 bits that bother me, and it isn't specific to Mikel Arteta, and I know, Gooners, you're already going to write in the comments, I'm 8-miling your asses here before you comment. It's not only Arteta that does this, and you're right. I'm pulling on the overarching hypocrisy that all those managers commit in these circumstances. The first one is money. You're slamming BT Sport and Sky. There will be conspiracies coming, and I don't even think this is a conspiracy. I think it's real. You're going to place the games in a certain order to create more drama. Yes. And that's what generates the money that your clubs are willing to accept. What your clubs are willing to accept. The Premier League clubs reap the rewards of having the most entertaining, being part of the most entertaining football league in the world. If you want the money that comes with that, don't complain about how they schedule things and how they do things to create that said drama. They're creating that drama. They're creating the script. Love it or loathe it, that's what they're doing. If you want to be part of the Prem, you want the money, you want to be part of that entertainment package, I think it's all encompassing now. The second bit is when you hear this moaning about fatigue and player welfare and everything else. Like I've said, teams... And as the Rona situation starts to lessen again more and more around the globe, you'll see teams again going on big, long preseason tours, traveling tens of thousands of miles to make money, not caring about player welfare, fitness, fatigue. How will this impact us come April and May by doing all the traveling now in July? They'll go out and make the money. So again, I have very little sympathy, and I've said this about all clubs, when they moan about player welfare, when they moan about the TV companies forcing this on them, because they're willing to accept all the money that comes with those things, but they want to moan about it should there be disappointment. The only area around this that's not an Arteta specific thing. Where I will focus on him as a manager, you'll be very careful. I know what Arteta is trying to do here. He's trying to create a siege mentality. He's trying to create this siege mentality, which is us against the world, Arsenal against the world. You only do this to Arsenal. Now, every Arsenal fan worth their salt, every football fan who knows football knows that this isn't an Arsenal-specific attack. This would happen to anybody in their circumstance. It is. And it will. For Chelsea, this could be even worse. They might get an extra day's rest that week. But they've got Champions League football to contend with. They're still in the FA Cup by that point, maybe. We have to look at this from a standpoint that Chelsea could be in an even worse position than them if you look over, maybe extend the days by like 5 or 6 days each side. I haven't even looked. You lot can do that for me. Chelsea, if you extend the days by 3 or 4 days either side, playing more games in that time period than Arsenal. Maybe so. They're not going to want to lose to Arsenal, but they're not really playing for top 4 or challenging for a title. The league is almost a training exercise now for Chelsea, but they won't want to lose to Arsenal. But they might have big FA Cup ties before it, after it, Champions League in and around that vicinity. So it's the same for everybody. So the only thing I would say from Mikel Arteta's point of view is this. You don't want to put any doubt into the minds of your players. I feel Thomas Tuchel's only mistake this season was essentially telling his squad in the world that the fit players I've got available can't win these games, and I really would rather not play with them. I think it sent the wrong message out there. I know what Arteta is trying to do, and I know what Tuchel tried to do. Siege mentality doesn't always work. It remains to be seen whether this will work or not, but I want your views and I want your opinions on this, whether you think it is a conspiracy to stop Arsenal making the top 4, whether it's right or wrong to have that fixture congestion. I want your take on the matter. But Mikel Arteta himself is certainly not happy. He doesn't like the way that the authorities have gone about this. I want your views and I want your opinions now in the comment section. below. I truly, truly do. Until next time, people, look after yourselves. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all soon. Thank you.